Hey everybody, it is day 48 of Operation Thunderhead. Um, so today, it's Saturday, and I've just been kind of messing with my phone here. Um, I've been thinking a lot about sort of just the focus I need to take because in February I saw that I was very not focused. And there's a lot of things that happened, but I lost a lot of momentum, like in writing The Girl and the Beast. Like it's been 11 days now, I think, since I've like really like dug into The Girl and the Beast. And I realized as a priority, it's not necessarily the first thing I want to get done. I do want to have it all finished this year, but I realized a lot of my focus has just been sort of directing towards how to make myself financially viable, because, unemployment isn't going to last forever. And, I don't want to live off food stamps the rest of my life. Um, and so a lot of it has just been thinking, okay, what is it I really want there? And what are the ideas percolating? And it's nice because I've been able to like have the space to really kind of create and give myself the things I need for my creative capacities. I realize it's day 48. It's really only been like a month and a half. And, I'm supposed to put through Operation Thunderhead is supposed to be 365 days. And the idea is, Operation Thunderhead is, can I get all of my goals, clean the beach, as it were, done in 1 year? And basically go from like a zero to an author who makes money on his books. And that's essentially like it. And then, in the middle of that, taking care of my debt, finishing up my education, and then just knocking out all these different little things. And so that's been a big thing that I've been working and thinking about. And there's just been a lot kind of going on and bouncing around, and I want to reevaluate the goals and kind of just think like, okay, like what are the things that I specifically need to, and I'm still, need to get in the day of writing The Girl and the Beast every single day, get in that habit. I have been getting up and writing. It just hasn't been The Girl and the Beast, right? So like I wrote Sound of the Soul. I have one more chapter to do on Sound of the Soul. I'm on the 6th chapter now, right? And then, we have to, then, I have that website that I'm working on. I have only just the last little bit I need to, then the rest is hopefully going to be taken care of by somebody else. I might need to intervene depending on how that goes. But that's later on in the week. So the idea is just, kind of clean up my work today and then ultimately see what is the work that needs to be done. And I'm also just starting to embrace the fact that this is always going to constantly move and shift. I do think it is important to like be foundational. It's about 3:30 now, and I'm gonna start working again. I got up at around I got up at around 1:30, and so about spent about 2 hours getting sort of ready and getting my mind right. And I realized that's just how long it takes. There's a part of me that's always like, man, like why I want to just kind of rush through that, but I realize rushing then kind of puts me off kilter, and then I'm stressed the whole day, right? And I always feel like I'm kind of doing that. Versus, I'm just able to like get my Mind Valley in, and especially now because I'm going to be taking 2 of those courses, it's really important that, my mind, like I'm doing that Mind Valley and my mind is right. So that I have that sort of percolating as I work, right? And so the idea is get those courses because I like studying and learning and really focusing on myself. There was one, I don't really like this guy, for just because like I always thought he was really cocky, but I actually subscribed and listened to him because I'm trying to just expand outside myself. But this person, Jason Capital, he talked about Kaizen and how he'd always, just focus on specifically trying to get everything he needs done. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to start doing that and be thinking like, what's my Kaizen? What's the thing that I need to focus on, study, and master, and put my time into that every single day till I get really, really good at it. And, I've been kind of bouncing around in and that. And I always thought, like, okay, well, the girl and the beast. But even more and more I've been thinking about it. I haven't really been focusing on how to become a better writer. And I'm like, well, why haven't I been doing that? I'm like, because you're trying to get your finances in order, right? Because you don't want to be you focus on being a great writer, but, if you don't have like a stable financial situation and that's precarious, like it's going to suck. And I don't want to do that. And so I'm still writing, of course, but I realize like my Kaizen, like when I get up in the morning and when I think, okay, this is what I'm going to do. First off, I'm taking these Mind Valley courses to like, one's like for like financial abundance, the other's for like life visioning mastery. But then, in the morning, I'm going to be taking those courses. And then after I write, before I start my work, I'm just going to be taking like a work course. And for me, it's going to be focusing on that Vastgram Academy and, getting through all of that and then implementing the steps. Because I do want to become like kind of a writing coach. But ultimately, I want to make my money, like through YouTube videos. Like ultimately, that's how I want to make my money, and I want to be able to build certain audiences after that. But a lot of it is just building that brand of, Oni Onyabor, right? And so I've just got to kind of build that brand and just be, be Oni. And then from there, make money from my books, if I need to or want to, I can sell, merchandise or, my coaching services. And ultimately like my YouTube thing. And then the idea is just being able to like and grow that and really just have like a solid work day, a solid work schedule. And this, I realized like I need a marathon. Like I need to start thinking a life in terms of a marathon. Like I can't be thinking work all the time. Because that's just overwhelming and not very fun. And I haven't been having very much fun. And so right now, I think there's a lot of pressure because I'm trying to like learn and figure out all this stuff, like trying to see what is actually working. What does my actual workday look like? How can I get something sustainable? But the reality is like, I just need like a stable-ish sort of sustainable income. And then I need to be able to reduce that into time. Then I need to be able to make my YouTube videos and I need to be able to write. And then once I'm able to do those three things, like my little sustainable income, which would be me, coaching. I want to do that. Like I want to be a writing coach because ultimately I also want to develop a course, which can be like my fourth side project over here. But it's just like being a writing coach, content creation through YouTube, and, TikTok and Instagram or whatever, right? Like ultimately putting that out, building the brand. And then, just writing my books and then monetizing all three of that. So like monetizing the books either through Vocal. That's a good new program where people can read my stuff for free and then I get paid for it. And I'm really excited about that. I'm thinking I kind of want to do that more because I just think it would be really cool to kind of get the girl and the beast out there. And of course, I'll make the ebooks or whatever so like people can buy them. But I just think it would be really cool to kind of just push them, like get them out there in front of people, so like especially like, to get critique or like criticism, and then hopefully through that like I could get like a beta group or something like that. So I'm excited and there's a lot of possibilities. I don't quite know how to sort it all out, which has been confusing me because I see the potential in Vocal, I see the potential in being able to make money selling my courses, and then being able to do coaching and be like possibly merch, and there's all these possibilities, but it's just like about focus, and a lot of it's just been like, well, what do I need to do? And like right now it's just like slowly like all February literally has just been like focusing and figuring out how to focus and really distilling and shaking out the loose ends of everything. I think getting this copyright job is really cool because first off, I think it taught me what I was worth. Because even though I got paid pretty well, I realized that there's a part of me that's like, okay, yeah, I'm definitely doing this person a favor because the full scale of this job, I definitely think, especially for what I bring to it, I realize like, okay, like, I definitely have some value here. And if I wanted to push like being a copywriter, I absolutely could. But when I really analyze my heart of hearts, I absolutely don't want to do that. And that was kind of a weird thing, realizing like, yeah, I don't want to do copywriting, but I recognize what my worth is in it, and I recognize what I can bring to the table. And that's something that I realized that I want to bring to coaching, and realize like, okay, as a coach, then I know what I bring and what I can do in terms of my mindset, my ability to really discern and understand people. And ultimately, like, I do need to develop a curriculum. So like, I'm not going to be charging out the gills, I think, at first, but this next week, my focus is just getting 3 beta clients, right? So it's going to be the 28th, so it's going to be the end of the month of February. And like I said, I want to get 3 clients by the month of February. I didn't get The Girl and the Beast all the way finished. If I'm lucky, I might be able to finish volume 4. I still got to get halfway through volume 5 and finish that. And then, I've got to start writing the rest of them. And it's not to say The Girl and the Beast is on the back burner, but I realize like it really just is not my mental focus. It's like my release almost. I get up and I get to write, and I have the opportunity to write in The Girl and the Beast every morning. And I do that because it's fun and it's engaging, and it sort of grounds me and my goals. But a lot of my focus really, and like my focus and my internal energy really needs to be on just like figuring out like my Kaizen and getting really good at handling those finances. Because I think once that, like, there's not necessarily a release of financial pressure. That's why like I'm taking this course from Ken Honda, because I realized I have this weird relationship with money, especially with this copywriting job. It really threw me through a whack. And I realized, this relationship with money, whatever is going on, I definitely have to like kind of get to the bottom of, or it's going to hold me back, And so a lot of it, is kind of doing that work. And then there's a couple other, courses or whatever that I can take and, I'll probably go through. And I bought the 1-year membership of Mind Valley, which I realized if I had just waited, I wouldn't have overdrawn my account, so now I'm probably going to have like a bunch of bank fees, which I'm not super excited about, because a bunch of other things came in at the same time, and I just didn't do a really good job handling the finances. But, if I get my work done at the end of this week, I should be able to pay off a lot of those fees, and, I got another paycheck coming in, so things are, there's still like money coming down the pipeline, but it was just really informative that sometimes I can be a little impatient, and I don't necessarily look at things all the time, or like I do or I don't. Like, I'm very extreme, and I've noticed that like I either just get hyper detail focus and want to have everything figured out, or I completely neglect it and kind of throw it off, and I have a hard time being balanced. But I've realized, what, I don't think I really need to. I think hopefully I can just get to the point where I can be extreme enough and exceed well enough that like, I can just hire somebody fucking look at my finances or something like that. Because I'm at this point where I just like, I don't benefit. I don't necessarily benefit or do well trying to balance out myself. Like, I exceed when I'm just effing extreme, right? So when I'm extreme and I'm just me, just full bore, super detailed, super passionate, super all into what I'm doing there, I just do well. So it's just letting that momentum or the inertia from that sort of ripple out and attract in, I think, those who can balance me and sort of keep me in check. And I found that I've done that. I have really, really good people who inform me, and I've been getting everything that I needed. I was able to get a camera to improve the quality. So I think for like my IG lives and like this stuff, I'm going to be using just my phone because I just like the simplicity of it. But for my actual like YouTube videos, like my proper ones, I'm going to be doing that. And that's another thing. So this is going to be day 48. I'm going to do day 49 this next Sunday. Is going to be my last vlog that I'm going to do on YouTube. Then after that, the vlogs I'm going to start just doing every day. I'm just going to start doing the vlogs every day on Instagram, right? And then Instagram is basically going to keep track of like my art, my vlogs, and like my planning and my day-to-day productivity stuff for the Raising Project. And then that way, I can also report like my numbers and like words written and stuff like that on my goals. just so like there's a running tally so people can see it and get involved and be able to push behind it. Yay, let's get that done. But then ultimately I do need to find like a task and things more to help other people. And that's the thing, is like I want to be more of a giver, and I've been thinking a lot about how to do that. So part of me is just kind of been reaching out to some people that I really admire and then just trying to be more of a help to them, and like not even like I'm at this point where I don't really want anything in return. I just want to know that a majority of my effort and my energy is helping other people as well, and not just being like some internally focused thing. And so yeah, I didn't do the YouTube videos this week. I got really tilted, and I don't want that anymore. So this week it's just sort of like getting clients, and just like setting. Then after that, it's just going to be like setting up my schedule around things like my curriculum, and just being very specific about what it is I need to do to help people. And yeah, just kind of like figure out like the parameters for like my coaching, figure out the parameters for um, my content creation, because that's the thing, like I need to definitely do it, especially when I get that new computer. That's the thing. My goal is this time next week, right? I'm buying the new computer and I'm gonna freaking celebrate and do that, because I love my laptop here and my other laptop. They've been really great. They can't handle my workflow. This one has a free screen that works, but just does not, it's not strong enough to handle even like it can't even like handle multiple word processors opening of it. I've got to like do one at a time. So when I'm going through like internet tabs and doing work for that, like it's really slow, so I can't do that. So I need stronger. And then for video editing, this one has been helpful, but it also struggles with doing the full video editing, and I've got to like break it down into miniature parts because I can't render it all at once. So it just makes so many of these extra steps. And I love both of these computers, but I realize like I totally just need to consolidate. And then maybe I don't necessarily get rid of them, but maybe just back up some things, and then sort of put them into retirement, because it's just time to advance and consolidate. And that's one thing I'm noticing, like consolidation is like kind of like the theme for this first little bit of the year, just bringing everything into focus. So like getting my computers together. So I'm working from one thing. Like I have like a tablet. I was using two phones and a tablet, and it's like, okay, bring all that into one and have like a reason for everything. So a part of me, especially if I start getting coaching clients, I'm doing one like once I start getting coaching clients, like I'll have to get a business phone. And so it's like, okay, get one business phone, and on that business phone maybe it's like that's where the Instagram and everything is. But then like my personal phone, I'm thinking of like legitimately like maybe even just getting like a flip phone, because I just don't want like, I guess I just want, after a certain time, my business and my personal to just kind of be separate and not necessarily I don't know, be compromised in that way. It's a lot. There's a lot. But I need to start consolidating, and see like how often and how much of everything, of one thing, I can get into sort of like one place and just consolidate. And like rather than having like a bunch of things that aren't necessarily super strong, because like I have like a bunch of phones and like a tablet, but they're like not necessarily super strong or really high quality. And I realize it's just like get one thing that's really really strong, so it can do a lot of these things all at once really really well. And it's like my relationships, you don't want to like date a bunch of people or have a bunch of friends everywhere. It's just like, just consolidate, kind of just have everything integrated and focused, because I think that brings more power, and that's ultimately what I'm going for, to just try and get that focus. So yeah, that is my big movement and the thing that I'm moving towards. So yeah, this has been my vlog for day 48, opening up. Now just gotta start on the I say Girl and the Beast. I might do Sound of the Soul. I don't know why I'm hesitating on the Girl and the Beast so much. Maybe I should do Sound of the Soul. I guess I'm just trying to like knock out everything that I feel like I need to do or where there's expectations, you know, because I don't want to fall behind on other people's. But I keep then making the Girl and the Girl and Beast as an expectation on me. I don't know. I need to figure it out. Anyway, I definitely need to start moving the needle on that. Just making sure that I'm handling my expectations. I guess because there's no urgency with it. Because I pushed the expiration date now. Like, I don't want to get it done till the 20th of August is when I said. So for me, that just kind of gives me more time so I don't feel as much pressure on it. Before I was like, I have to do that now. But I was like, if I finish the Girl on the Beast now, like, what could I do with it? Like, if it was done right this second, like, what would I do? So I realized, like, there's other things that I was like, I want to get done way before I finish that because the quality of it. And then I think, especially later on in the year, I want that to be more core to my life. And I can't do that, you know, if it's done. And then if I got to build all this other stuff afterwards, it makes so much more sense to sort of build the basin out, then fill it. And the Girl and the Beast is definitely filling the basin. So, yeah, just kind of taking my time there. So, you know, maybe I'll finish Sound of the Soul, do that chapter actually, where she meets up with her brother, and then knock that out this morning. Then do the website and just keep moving ahead with my work. And then, I don't know, I really should probably just take some time off and rest. I have not been enjoying my rest days. Yesterday and this last couple weeks, I've been having rest days, but I haven't got much done because I felt guilty about work. And it's just figuring out the parameters and like my schedule and just my limits and being able to do that and staying hyper focused because, yeah, this is a marathon. And I kept thinking, oh, I'm going to rush and do that. I'm not going to do this forever. But it's like, yeah, no, I'm trying to build out something for life. So this is just what I do now. Like I always told myself, Operation Thunderhead's this temporary thing, but it's like, I've got 300 more days of this, 320 more days, 317 days, because I want to see how far I can get in a year. And then when it's Operation Thunderhead, 3 days, 365, that's going to be January 3rd. Then January 3rd, 2022. Then we're just going to see what happens. So, yeah, I've got to get ready for this marathon. And I can't sprint through it. And I was sprinting through it for a little bit. So I'm just trying to slow down, readjust, consolidate, and get ready for the long road ahead. Wish me luck. And so this is this is the penultimate video. Then from now on, you'll be seeing me on IG. I'll put links in the description somewhere. Probably, I'll probably figure out like some document, copy and paste it, and do it over one day or whatever. Anyway, you guys are awesome. Take care and peace.